Welcome everyone, Game Reactionists here. I am Rorschach.
And I am Spectre.
And man, oh man, am I excited. Does it look like it or what?
I think so, yeah. You got a lot of shit on the table here. So yeah.
Also, fun fact, Chinese Zodiac, it's the year of the snake. And Konami did not let us down. I think they did a very great job at promoting Metal Gear as a whole. This is all stuff, and this is a small amount of stuff that's released within the past year. Obviously, at the centerfold, we got Metal Gear Solid Delta. We're going to do a full unboxing of the Collector's Edition. We're also going to show off some of the other cool things here, such as the board game, the vinyls that I've gotten. A lot of cool stuff here.
Vinyl's always really popular in the channel, so that'd be kind of cool to go through.
Yeah, and it's on quiet in the background, just so it's not overpowering
We're not
us,
overpowering
right?
our dialogue.
So, but I guess I'll start with just a brief overview of everything. This is a complete compendium of pretty much every Metal Gear track that you can think of since the MSX days. We've got Metal Gear Solid on here, 2, 3, 4, 5, Peace Walker, tracks from the original Metal Gears 1 and 2. I mean, this is a great collection of music.
What does that set you back?
This particular collection, God, I don't even remember. I think it was like $250, $300. Okay, but you got 6 double-sided vinyls on here. So that's about the going rate of the vinyls themselves.
I'd say, yeah, it's a lot, yeah.
So, and then over by you, that's just the pure Metal Gear Solid 2 soundtrack. So that's been like 2 or 3 years in the making. And that's just the complete soundtrack of Metal Gear Solid 2. I think that's got 3 LPs, again, double-sided. So if you're into Metal Gear music or video game music in general, I don't know about you, one of the things that's always drawn me to Metal Gear has been the music. It's always been like a core ambient sound for the game itself. It's always fitting really well.
It's an aspect I can definitely appreciate about it. It's very recognizable.
Correct.
So much music nowadays and soundtracks for games, movies, it just is in the background. You don't really like remember it like 5 seconds after you hear it. You hear a Metal Gear theme, I will admit, like I said, I'm not a fan of the series. It is memorable.
Yeah, exactly. You know when that theme comes on, same way you would know Mario themes coming on, or Zelda themes coming on, or even Silent Hill. You just, when you hear it, you know it. So, very big fan. And then we have the Metal Gear Solid board games. Now, you'll notice I have 2 different iterations here. Now, this one is my sealed collector's edition of the board game. And then this is just a standard edition of the board game that I have actually opened and played with my teenager. Actually really fun. The premise of it is you're basically going through the campaign of Shadow Moses. So you're
I'd like that.
You're doing the boss fights, you're traversing through the worlds. It's got the different maps of the boards on the boards themselves. And you just traverse. You get into battles with enemy soldiers. The object is obviously to be stealthy and avoid those battles. And it's all a luck of the draw and a luck of the dice. The only difference between these two, as far as I'm aware, and this is a big difference.
Thick here, look at this.
I mean, just a comparison there.
It's a big difference.
This has an actual figure of Metal Gear Rex. That is a figure that's part of the game. This one, you just have a little cardboard cut, like, not even a cutout, just like a cardboard placard of
just
Metal
to
Gear
signify
Rex.
where it is, yeah.
Correct. Other little knickknacks here. This isn't all of my Metal Gear stuff. I just thought this is going to be the most prevalent. Yeah. Funko did a Metal Gear run for the Boss and Naked Snake, so we got those 2 here. We got the Snake amiibo here, and there's a reason why I have that pulled out, and that'll be shown later on.
I'm surprised there weren't more pops that came out for it.
You know,
there's like at least a dozen characters they could have done.
You know, I'm sure that there's a reason behind that, but I guess more importantly, the Boss and Naked Snake, they're really the only figures that matter in Snake Eater. We've got the standard edition of the games on PlayStation 5 and Xbox, the UK Deluxe edition of the games on PlayStation and Xbox, and there's a reason why we're doing this video a little late, because I had to wait for these to ship from overseas. And then we got the American Collector's Edition with the terrarium. A lot of cool stuff. So we're going to get some close-up shots of everything. We're going to go through everything, and we're going to talk about it at the end.
Sounds good.
Check it out. All right, first things first that we're going to show off. We're going to show off the board game right now. So this is just one level of the entire board game. Fans of the series may recognize this. This is the heliport. This is basically the next area of entry when you start the game.
Right at the
and you have
beginning.
to sneak
Yeah.
your way into the facility. But you'll see here, I mean, these figures are pretty well detailed in my opinion. And I have seen people, sorry if it's a blurry shot, but I have seen people paint the figures, and man, do I wish I would have the patience or the dexterity to even do that, because it looks really good.
I really do give people credit that can do that, because I was into Warhammer painting and modeling for a long time, and it is very tough. Like, even with a lot of practice, I'm still garbage at it. So people that can actually paint, yeah, it's a real skill.
It's just a box.
Just about. It's cute. It's got a little feet on it.
Here are a couple of the character cards. So these show off like your attributes, how you do your or what moves are tied to what dice roll. You have your various cards here. I mean, this is a very in-depth game, and it is, from the brief little bit that my teenager and I played. It's you versus the game. It's cooperative, so you each take turns, but the object is you're each progressing to get to Metal Gear Rex to do the fight. And this is what I was talking about. This is what you get to represent Rex in the standard edition of the game. So it's just a little cardboard placard. What I'm gonna do is probably go on like eBay or Etsy or something like that.
That's kind of cool.
Yep, go on like eBay or Etsy to buy one so I can have one displayed and leave my special edition bad boy nice and sealed up
and pristine.
But we've got Meryl. You've got your boss fight cards. So of course you've got Ocelot, Rex, Liquid, Mantis, Wolf, Raven, Otacon. I mean, these are all the various different character cards and their attributes, what they mean for the game itself. So it's very involved. I mean, the prep time for this, just to get started, is about 45 minutes, because you gotta read through the rules. And I'll show you. I'll lift this part up, and if you want to grab that guy for me right there, that's your mission book.
Oh wow, yeah, look at it. It's like that.
So, this is, and there are various missions. So, it's got everything in here. Your rule book for the board game itself, the Shadow Moses campaign. These are your codex, but you can do VR missions too. So just like the actual game, you had your disc for the game itself, and then they had the separate VR missions.
VR missions, yeah.
So you have.
So there's lots of replayability. Not just playing the same thing over and over.
Correct. There's a lot to do here. So that's pretty much all there is to say about this. I mean, there's not really. We could go through and show off every figure, but for time's sake, we're not going to do that.
They look really nice. If you were to try to paint these, it takes a lot of. That probably would have tripled the cost of this if these were all hand painted already.
And if you look closely, even at Raven, you can see his tattoo markings on his character. So they really did put a lot of
detail into it. Yeah.
There's a little bit of history to this game, because this game was originally supposed to come out back in 2020. It was being funded through a type of Patreon type thing. Not exactly Patreon, but something
Kickstarter
similar.
or something.
Yeah, a Kickstarter type thing. Again, I don't think it was Kickstarter. I don't remember exactly.
Something akin to that. Yeah.
Yes. They got the funding. COVID happens. They delayed the game, and then ultimately the company that was in charge said, "You know what? Thank you for the support, but we just can't keep up with production. We're shutting it all down." They issued refunds to everybody. There was no big fiasco about that. They just bit off more than they could chew, and the pandemic didn't help. CMON came in, and they decided, you know what? We're going to pick up the project, and we're going to run through it again. So pre-orders for this went live, I think, again in 2022, maybe 2023. You pre-ordered it. Anybody who pre-ordered it, they were able to get the big Duke here with the Metal Gear Rex figure. And this just came out. Again, memory may escape me right now, but it was either the later part of 2024, maybe even earlier this year. I truly don't remember, but it was fairly recent. But as a big fan of the series, as a big collector, I am so happy that I got this.
It looks really cool, especially seeing the other parts of the board too. They really have the entire game map for the original Metal Gear Solid here. So it's like you're playing for the whole game.
Yep.
I think it's really cool. Like, so I'm definitely, I keep repeating myself, I'm not like a big like Metal Gear fan by any stretch of the imagination. I do have a soft spot, a nostalgic spot for the original Metal Gear Solid. It is cool to see it kind of represented here in a board game. I think it looks fun. I would play it.
And here are some of the other placards. I'm not going to put them all in front, but just give you a little bit. So, like, here's the warehouse where you would battle Raven. And then on the flip side is the snowfield that you eventually traverse to get the Sniper Wolf. So they take a lot of care.
Everything's represented.
Everything is represented. Every level of the game is represented. Every character of the game is represented. I mean, this was clearly handled by fans of the series who had as much love for the series as the fans themselves. And so this is a great product. If you're into board games in general, this is a solid board game to play.
Since you did that.
But you throw on the fact that you have the nostalgia and the lore for the very first Metal Gear Solid game. It's a great product. I definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of the series, looking for a new board game to play, pick it up.
Very cool.
We're going to move on to the next best thing. All right, and now the next best thing is these are all the vinyls. So these guys here, these make up the big compendium set that was shown off. So the artwork speaks for itself. So you got Metal Gear Solid 3 here. You got Metal Gear Solid 2. You got Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Or no, sorry, that's 5. This must be Peace Walker. One of these two are Peace Walker and 5, and then here's Metal Gear Solid 4.
4, yeah.
Something to be said about these is the artwork. I really like the artwork done here. It's Yoji Shinkawa. And that's another thing. Music is great, but another thing that I always appreciated about the series was the artwork. I thought it was always really good. So, we'll get some good close-ups of each cover here. So, Metal Gear Solid 2, or Metal Gear Solid 1 here. I'm getting my games all mixed up.
Now, do the vinyls themselves, do they have like any kind of special coloring to them? Or?
We'll show those off shortly here. So that's from Phantom Pain. This is from the Peace Walker era and Portable Ops. And then Brother! And then the vinyls themselves. Now, each of these vinyls are all the same color. There is a set you could have gotten where they were each different colored. I didn't really care how the different colors looked. But this is what the vinyls themselves... Somebody had commented a while back about how I manhandle the vinyls. So I'm going to make sure I'm extra careful here.
Well, to be fair, though, I mean, for a lot of these, we have multiple sets. So there is like our beater set where we just have the ones that are kind of meant to be played and beat up, and then we have our sealed, pristine ones too. So
correct.
And
this one is just like the final like greatest hits. You got like your VR tracks and stuff like that. So there's that, and then here's the Metal Gear Solid 2 vinyl.
Cool
now,
artwork.
I was gonna ask, what are your thoughts on the artwork? I don't know how I feel about the artwork.
I think it's fine. I mean, I immediately recognize it as Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you got Solidus in the middle there. You got the Colonel freaking out thing over here, Vamp and stuff. I immediately recognize it as what it is.
And then this is the front cover, so you obviously got Snake and Raiden. If only Raiden had been on the front cover of Metal Gear Solid 2, the game originally.
Like such a bait and switch.
Yeah. Who knew what would have happened then? Now, this one is a set where they only came in the multicolored set. And these, I actually don't hate these colors, but we got a nice like ice blue here. I think that's a really cool looking vinyl color that is. We got more of like a, looks like a jungle green here.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
And I will say, with the compendium set, the bigger set, the different colored vinyls, the colors themselves did correspond to each game. So like, the Metal Gear Solid 3 vinyl was green, 2 was blue, Metal Gear Solid 1, I think was more like opaque. And then we got this
cool.
one.
I like that one.
So very, very good collection here of stuff. And that's really all there is to show with regards to the vinyls. I mean, I've listened to all of these numerous times now. You know, if you're listening carefully, you might even hear one of the soundtracks playing in the background right now. But
I think they look great. I mean, it checks all the boxes. I mean, great artwork on these. I like the coloring on the vinyl. Looks nice. Like I said, they look very complete. I think they're very. It's very solid.
It's, one would say it is solid.
Definitely doesn't come cheap, obviously, but I mean, for what you're getting, if you're interested in this, you're a big fan of the series. I think it's worth the price of admission there.
And honestly, like you look at the prices of vinyls in general, they're going to range anywhere from $50 to $80 just for like a standard, maybe single LP, double-sided, right? So for this to be $300, again, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty certain that's what I paid. Which means I paid $600 because I do have a sealed copy of this compendium set. I spent damn near $1,200 on vinyls this year just for video game stuff.
Jesus.
Because and there's other vinyls I got coming that I haven't even received yet. I did buy the Silent Hill remake vinyls, and I did buy. They are doing a full compendium God of War vinyl set with music from every God of War iteration. Very much looking forward to that. That'll be something for the future. But I feel like this would be the going rate of buying these individually. I don't think I paid a premium price. I paid the expected price of just getting a vinyl anyway. But that's really all there is to say about it. And of course, we got our nice little hardcover here to keep the compendiums. And then the iconic exclamation point is on the back.
Very nice.
Shall we get to the piece de la resistance?
Yeah.
All right. Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming up. Let's check it out. Here we are. The piece de la resistance, the main event.
Yeah.
Yes. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Quick thoughts about the game. It's perfect. There's a lot of contention about remakes and are they necessary? Do they do the originals justice? You certainly have examples where they don't. Silent Hill 2, you and I can definitely agree on that. Yep. This game does the original justice. It gives it a fresh coat of paint. You have 2 control options. I fucked around with the legacy controls. It's the same isometric top-down view from the original release. So it's like if you want to play it the exact way it was, you can do that. Or if you want to play it with the modern over-the-shoulder, you can do that. The graphics are perfect. Performance, I didn't have a whole lot of issue with performance on the PlayStation 5 Pro. There was the instance toward the end of the game where I did have glaring performance issues when you were fighting Volgin when he was on top of the Shagohod. But even that wasn't game breaking for me. So what do we have here?
So we've got a pretty entertaining movie for you, right?
Entertaining movie. Everything I remembered. I still got to play Snake vs. Monkey. I did enjoy that mode originally. And we got the online mode to look forward to. And I am looking forward to that because it looks like it's kind of like a military-style hide-and-seek. So we'll see how that is. But what we got in front of us? The standard edition games, PlayStation and Xbox, not a whole lot to see there. These are the tactical editions. So it comes with the pre-order bonus as well as extra skins. We're not going to unseal these. There's no need to.
No need to.
But there you go.
So you've probably given them at least like 6 or so sales.
Easily. These 2, the 2 digital versions, these guys, this guy, 7 sales. This is the UK Deluxe Edition, so this is the Xbox version. This one is going to be the version I keep sealed. I actually like this packaging. And surprisingly, since it came overseas, it's not really beat up at all. It got a little ding there in the corner.
It's in good condition, as it should be, though, going from Amazon.
Well, I had Kirby get shipped to me from Best Buy through FedEx, and it looked like a dog.
Like a dog had gotten it first, yeah.
And I showed you it, and
that was pretty incredible.
So here's the PS5 version.
What's special about this thing here now?
So this one, it's got the game, a steel book, a couple of patches, and art cards. So let's take a look right away. So now the UK version is not region locked. So I could technically play this on my PlayStation 5 if I wanted to. However, I did read that DLC could be region locked. So, not that I was going to open this.
You gotta do that trophy stacking.
In this one, you'll notice it is a little different. This one says Day 1 Edition versus the other versions where it said Tactical Edition. I actually like Tactical Edition more personally. But whatever, that's just a stupid little nuance. I hate UK games though because of that ugly red Peggy sticker.
Yeah,
it is atrocious. We've got our DLC code there. I'm not giving it to you guys. Here's the steelbook. So
it's a nice looking steelbook.
Oh, I got it upside down. Obviously, memorable artwork. You got the Fox logo on the back. And then you got the inside with additional artwork. I like that a lot.
It looks pretty nice.
So here's our extra bells and whistles. So we got an exclamation point key ring. I actually think that's pretty cool. And I actually may use that. And we got our Fox logo patch.
Nice.
Got plenty of patches like these. Nothing to really use it on. And then the art cards. These are pretty cool too. You got the boss, Naked Snake,
You could almost put these like in a frame and make a collage out of it or something.
I might do that. That's actually a good idea. Eva, Volgan, and back to the boss. Little disappointed they don't have the Cobra unit. But you still have the key players, the ones that matter most, I suppose. And that's it. That's the UK Deluxe Edition.
So overall, not too dramatically different from the US version. Yeah.
No, nothing at all. I the only reason why I got these is because of the art cards. I'm a sucker for artwork and stuff like that. So
now, was there some kind of like Japanese exclusive edition or no?
There was, and you know, I really, really want to still get it actually, because that comes with a full bust. Well, not a full bust, but I'll call it a half bust of Naked Snake surrounded by two snakes.
Oh wow!
And then whatever your collectibles are with that as well. Maybe down the line I'll decide to just buy it anyway.
Take a trip to Japan.
Well, I did check eBay, and eBay prices had it going for around $400 with free shipping. It's like, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Because the only thing that kept me away from it was retailing for about $300 to $400. Then you had to pay $300 in shipping on top of that. I was like, ugh.
That never feels good when you're paying as much as shipping as you are for the item itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. So there we go. That's the UK Deluxe Edition. And then we'll get moving to the Collector's Edition right now. Alright, so let's get to the US Collector's Edition. We just saw the Deluxe Edition. I've got it pre-cut already. The tape was actually very easy to take off, thank God. We'll move aside the pops here. First thing I'm noticing on the box is you got some pretty cool shots all around the box here of areas in the game.
Nice.
So, I like that. Just a nice little touch.
All right, how's this terrarium gonna look here?
So, one thing I'm noticing right out the gate, the steel books between the American version and the UK version,
subtle differences.
Not a whole lot of difference. More shimmery, more shiny, and this is actually more of a DVD case.
Yeah, because that's more like a Blu-ray case over there.
Fox logo is different. We already saw the inside of the Deluxe, and we got the same artwork inside of the American release. So we got that. We got some instructions regarding the Collector's Edition itself. Tactical edition of the game. Yet another copy of the game. So this is more of like a rubber patch. I'm just gonna leave that in the bag of Snake doing his Halo jump to meet up with Master Chief. This Fox patch is slightly bigger than the one you get in the UK Deluxe Edition.
Nice little extra.
You get your little lanyard when you have to infiltrate
Oh,
Grandin's
that's when you
lab.
pretending to be the scientist or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then the lanyard itself. So we got that stuff there.
All right, cool little doodads and knickknacks so far, but
Let's get
that's not why we're paying $199 for this, right?
Right. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize this part was sealed. You can set that to the side.
We'll set that to the side for now.
I'm just seeing. I thought I removed these. There we go.
Well, at least it's packaged pretty well. Oh, you gotta like build the frickin' thing here.
So we got our shrubs here.
Shrubbery.
All right, let's see. I've seen a
Okay.
lot of posts about them. It looks all right.
It's okay. It's not as good as the Amiibo.
No, so that's why I had the amiibo. So here's your figure of Snake. It's okay. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it.
Not like super detailed compared to a $15 figure.
So this is the $15 Nintendo amiibo, and the figure you get with your $200 collector's edition of the game.
Leaves something to be desired.
Yeah.
I understand
I mean-
it has to be at scale with the terrarium here, but at the same time, they could have made it a little bit more detailed.
And you know, the paint, I'm not impressed with the paint work. You know, you got a scuff there.
It's kind of like Dollar Tree-esque.
Should have contacted Nintendo, Konami. We got Snake's little pouch that hangs from the tree in the beginning of the game.
So you really have to like put it together. I don't know why I was under the impression like it would already come like pre-assembled.
We'll assemble it. It can't be too difficult. There it is itself.
So you're supposed to take that part out first, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you mind getting that for me? So here's your base.
It's base.
It's got some good weight to it, at least. This part's got some good weight to it. If you want to get a feel for yourself.
Yeah, that feels like it's like maybe like a polystone type of thing. Base.
Let's put it together and then show it off. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right, we've got it assembled.
Now I
Get it
could,
off camera.
I could sense the disappointment in your voice as we were putting this together.
This is not good. So there's a couple of pieces here. So like these bushes back here, it looks like you're supposed to attach that using hot glue or something that's already, it's ready to be glued on. These two like lighter pieces here though, these had like adhesive. I mean, this one is just a bush that's easy to lay down. This small bush here that I'm pointing at, and this one here, they actually had adhesive stickers to them. It's just a sticker, you stuck it on. So it's like, oh, that's smart. Why they didn't do that for like these guys is beyond me.
I mean, keep in mind, it's going to live on your shelf. It's not going to be moved.
I know that.
You know, and kind of stating the obvious of this. I'm looking at the glass half full of this thing. I know for $200, it's probably not worth it.
No,
but at
not even close.
not even close. Yeah.
Thankfully, I work for a certain retailer. I didn't pay that price, but even still, it's just like, man.
It doesn't really impress all that much. But what you could do with this is very easily get some small fake artificial plants, throw them in there, kind of liven it up, make it look more like a jungle.
Yeah.
And you could make it look actually kind of decent. I like that. It's kind of funny that there's air holes in it. Like I feel like that was like a lawyer call. Like
Right.
Like, someone's gonna put their pet in this or something like that at some point. Someone's gonna throw a lizard or something in this.
Right.
Please put that in there for legal sake. We're not killing pets on that. Not by mistake here, but yeah, I think overall I like the idea of it. I really like the idea.
It's unique. You don't see a whole lot of collector's editions like this, obviously. I feel like R&D, I mean, you had all this time to work on it, and I feel like this was an afterthought. They're like, oh shit, that's right, we announced this collector's edition. This collector's edition was announced May of 2024. So they had well over a year before it released to like really hammer it down and like, let's get this looking as good as it can.
I think they cheaped out. This is like this is a Fallout 76 situation again with the collector's edition where they really cheaped out. Very cool idea, but they cheaped out on it. I think you can save this though. Like I said, I think you add a few extra plants in there.
Yeah.
You put it on a shelf, clean it up a little bit. I think it actually is okay.
Well, let's wrap it up with everything else here and give our final thoughts. All right, and there we have it. The year of Metal Gear. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of missed opportunities.
A little
little
bit of disappointment here.
I won't even say a lot of missed opportunity. I'll just say a slight missed opportunity. This could have been better itself.
I think once you get this on the shelf, though, once you throw a few extra plants in there, clean it up a little bit, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sore of it. This isn't even the worst collector's edition I've ever owned and been disappointed by. But yeah, big missed opportunity here. UK Deluxe Edition, that price is perfect. You know, it was $100. You got the game, you got the steelbook, you got the extra collectibles there. I mean, that was great. $200, a little steep here. It seems like that's going to be the going rate for half-assed collector's editions.
Because literally half that is this.
Right.
You know, and it's like, this is like not $100.
No, it's not. I mean, you know, again, we got close-ups of the Snake Amiibo.
Yeah,
this is far more detailed.
How is this $15 with stuff in it too? There's electronics in here as well too.
Right.
How is that $15 and we get this? I mean, it's just
Yeah. So overall, though, I am happy. I'm happy that we got Metal Gear Solid Delta. I'm very much looking forward to. They've just released the initial sales figures. It sold 1 million copies. So there's something to be said about that. There are players who were clamoring for this, who were looking forward to this. There were complaints about it, you know, that it didn't really change much or anything. It's a remake. That was never the intention.
And I'll say, even as a non-fan, I appreciate what they did with it. It is basically a 1-to-1, just a prettier version of it, more or less. I think that's the way they should have gone with a Silent Hill 2 remake. Unfortunately, they went a very different direction with that. But if we go off of, speaking of sales, Silent Hill 2 remake was able to greenlight, to be successful enough to greenlight a Silent Hill 1 remake. So I would imagine if this is already selling 1 million, maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility to see another Metal Gear remake.
And we still have a supposed another Master Collection to come out too. Metal Gear Solid 4 is, for lack of a better term, locked on the PS3. You know, you can try to emulate it, but I don't know of any good emulators for Metal Gear Solid 4 on PC where it runs the way it was supposed to on the PlayStation 3. And so you got that game. There's a big market for Metal Gear Rising. And that is one of my favorite games of all time, just because that is a perfect hack and slash, and you threw the Metal Gear skins on it. Plus you got Phantom Pain would probably be included on that. Maybe the Peace Walker game. Oh wait, no, that's already part of the volume. No, it's not part of volume 1. So Peace Walker would also be another good one. That was a very solid PSP title, and what that game accomplished on a handheld is unimaginable. You know, there are developers who can't do that now on modern technology. So there's a lot to hopefully look forward to with the series. Hideo Kojima be damned. I think this proves that Konami, for some reason, can get Metal Gear right. I don't know about Silent Hill.
It's
they got Snake Eater right. Why they didn't with Silent Hill 2?
It's so weird but strange too, because they're not very far apart. Obviously, we just had Silent Hill 2 last year. It is strange that they went in two very different directions for two very beloved, popular games and series. So very interesting.
Final thoughts are for the game itself. If you're a fan of this game, this is a must buy in my opinion. It's damn near perfect. It's got everything. It's even got the Guy Savage demo game that was in the original Snake Eater release and Subsistence release, and that has been locked away on those titles. Never to see the light of day on the HD collection on 360. Was not part of the Master Collection. The fact that they remade that as well, the development team behind Delta clearly loves Metal Gear and appreciates Metal Gear. I look forward to what they do in the future. I'd love to see Metal Gear Solid 1 remade. I'd love to see Metal Gear Solid 2 remade. Who knows? Time will tell. Anything else from you?
No, that's I'm glad that you're happy with it. Like I say, much better experience than what I received with Silent Hill 2, or what we received with Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost actually, I would probably play a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake just to give it another try.
Yeah.
I mean, we already technically had a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 way back on the game.
We don't talk about that.
But we don't talk.
No, we're not going to talk about that. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let us know in the comments what you think of all this stuff. Did you play Delta? What are your thoughts of Delta? And sound off. We'll be happy to respond. I'm Rorschach.
And I'm Spectre.
We'll catch you guys next time.